Okay, it's the first update video for. I'll take that with white thing and it blinds out things. Okay, it's been 6 months since the last update video on this. It's obviously had some changes. I normally would just have this and then rotate it, but I can't move it one-handed at the moment. I had a setback. Trying to troubleshoot the TMC 2130s. I had the 1.0 model, tried modifying it to the 1.1 by solving jumpers and stuff, and then accidentally misplugged the one of the steppers, one row of pins out. I think it was the X-axis one, which promptly put 12 volts through the whole system. You can see. Yeah, you probably see that bulge right there on the top of the 18 mega processor. Cooked. But not only did I do it once, not realizing the mistake, I plugged the second board I had in and blew up too. On top of that, it took out the LCD module, plus obviously the stepper motor controller itself. I believe it's blown the H bridge, but anyway. So I've considered just buying another couple of, actually I think I already have, but I'm not going to use them for that. I'm going to use them for other projects. 18 megas, and I opted to actually buy the MakerBase, I think this is the L model, yeah, MakerBase Gen L 1.0 stepper controller. So this is an all integrated, so rather than using a ramps board, because I heavily modified the ramps board to support those other steppers. The plus side, my existing stepper controllers weren't damaged, except for obviously the TMC one. I'm going to swap. I've got some new 1.1 modules which I'm going to shortly swap out and start playing around with trying to get the auto current adjusting and all the other dynamic stepping, all those fun features which I bought the modules for working again. But I just basically wanted to get the electronics up and running. I may replace this open control mounting at some point, but it's going to be in a closed box anyway, the whole printer, so I don't think there's going to be too many issues with anything getting into it. So some of the progress we have made, that is a external controller for the heated bed. It's also fused. I think it's rated 210 amps. I don't know whether I trust that rating. The MOSFET is, but the tracks and that on this thing I wouldn't trust. Even the cooling, it's going to be switch mode switching. So the heated bed, I'm switching to 24 volts, so this extra power supply has been mounted here. I've moved the power supplies down to be mounted this way. I could have tried to mount them at the back, but at the front it's probably better for being able to pull cool air in from the front of the enclosure to keep the power supplies cool. The original 12 volt one's also been mounted. I have to print off a cover to go over the top of the contacts, so we have got open 240, but it's low risk anyway. It's out of the reach of my kids and I'm not likely to touch it. And that said, the house it does have an RCD, so it's more likely to trip the RCD than electrocute myself. So the other thing, other change that'll be changed as well as changing. I blew up the Deluxe or whatever, the ramps LCD. I've now got one of these touch screen ones. It's also a Maker. I've forgotten the exact model. MakerBase LCD module. Uses just this 8-pin or 10-pin connector. It's fed 12 volts. The good thing about this is it doesn't tie up I/O pins, so I don't have to remap I/O pins on the 18 mega for the brand new steppers that use serial communication. I've got the heated bed finally mounted down, so that's all now wired up. I've still got to bring the control wires. Oh, I may have already done that. No, sure, I've got to do the control wires and the temperature sensor feed in a more better fashion in terms of the wiring. I have the Hall effect sensor for the auto leveling now in place. It's wired in, pretty much ready to go. I haven't sorted out the mounting of where the because I've moved to a Bowden style extruder, so I've got to obviously mount the filament feed motor, and actually, I don't know whether I've actually showed that complete. I'll just try and dig it out of the bag. I've got it here, it's one-handed. This is an all aluminium model mounted on the original motor. I haven't worked out how I'm going to mount that yet, but it'll no doubt have to be done soon. But I want to sort out the stepper motor issues with the rest of the thing first. Being able to extrude plastics is another option later on. That said, it is a 3D printer. So the power supplies are bound together. I used the extended rods which I had for I had to extend these rods for the reinforcing of the Z-axis, or to prevent it to wobble. So I kept the length of the rods. I'll end up showing these a little bit, but I'll end up mounting a aluminium angle that'll come across here, and I'll probably have some form of LCD mount that'll sit on the front, because where the printer sits, that'll be about eye level. It's actually fairly high off the ground. So yes, on the plus side, I don't know what else most of the mechanicals I think had been done 6 months ago. I just have had little time to actually come back and get back to this project. Hopefully now the weather's warming up and I've got more time after work because of daylight savings to be able to come out and just tinker out here after work. Be able to get this thing back up and running in the next couple of months. Anyway, that's just a quick update anyway.